one.
We're gonna stop.
Hello, everybody. Morgan, I swear to God I will take away luck points. Don't think I won't. I mean, you are a good-looking dude, so it's fine. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Go Buff Yourself presents another episode of The Wylde Beyond. I am, as always, joined by these incredible, wonderful human beings who have taken time out of their Friday to play this silly little game with me. So, I don't believe we have any major life-shattering announcements that require going around the table, so we're just going to go ahead and jump into our usual stream announcements and then right into the stream itself. Could someone do me a favor, though, before we jump in and just say something so that I can... There we go. Making sure Discord is working over OBS. I know that the problem of the weird, robotic, staticky audio has still been ongoing. I looked it up. It's apparently a Windows problem that they're working on updating. But apparently if you just leave it for like 30 seconds, it corrects itself. But if anyone in the chat or here notices it, let me know. I can fix it in under 30 seconds. Main announcements. This is an 18+ stream for language, drug use, in and out of character, all legal. It's very legal in the Feywild. Please clip your favorite moments, and yeah, I think honestly, that's really it. If you like this and you want to listen to cleaned up versions, shortened with some of the dead time taken out, feel free to check out Go Buff Yourself. The latest episode of The City of the Crimson Tower is a doozy, so enjoy it. But we're going to go ahead and run that sweet, sweet intro video so we can get back into The Wylde Beyond. And we are back. When we last left the Wild Things, the 6 of you, 7 if you count Cork the intelligent warning sword, 8 if you count the Blink Dog Rune, who has been working with you all. But you have been on the hunt for a creature called the Snark. You first got a contract to hunt this creature from the sheriff of Vale's Crossing. But then, you also had other incentives for tracking down this creature, from getting revenge for a slain Blink Dog, rescuing, potentially, a captured Blink Dog named Odie, and also you found out that the Snark's horn has magical properties that are very similar to that of a unicorn, which means it should, in theory, be able to be used to create a Leafy Stone, a necessary key to pass into the Winter Court's realm of Yawn. So, you started following the general direction, ran into said Blink Dogs, and their funeral, got linked up with one of the Blink Dogs named Rune, who agreed to accompany you in order to hunt this fearsome creature and rescue the Blink Pup, Odie. You traipsed your way through a murky, mucky section of the Fields of Spring, very incongruous with the beautiful landscape everywhere else. Tracked down the Snark and made a plan to make the hunter the hunted. With some incredible rolls on your group checks, you managed to, using Kieren as live bait, lure this thing out of its lair, invisible, but then throw some mud on it in order to know where it was. And very quickly, this thing that is accustomed to being a unseen hunter found itself overwhelmed and was forced to retreat. So then you all regrouped quickly, figured out what to do, and decided to pursue inside the lair. And so it was that we left with you all pushing down into the wet, mossy cave, with Wraught pulling out a goblin flamethrower that had been liberated from the now defunct logging camp that you all shut down. And so, the wild things crept through this cave with for those who don't have dark vision, only the small flickering light of the ignition source of the flamethrower to guide you. And as you crept and crept through here, you eventually emerged in a larger circular cavern made of natural rock, where there was a small section that seemed to be blocked by a overturned rock, and from behind it you could hear the whining sounds of a trapped blink dog. But as you noticed that and turned around, the faint light of the flamethrower illuminated some things in the wall that didn't belong, including a streak of mud with several arrows pinpricking it. And then, out of nothingness, a maw of fire opened, and a breath of flame poured over each one of you. We've already dealt with that damage, and we are picking up right in the middle of this action. And when we left, getting the last word, and therefore the first word, Wraught, in response to the fire breath, you wanted to use Hellish Rebuke.
I do.
Let's do it.
And it will needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dex saving throw coming right up. 10. I think that'll fail.
That does indeed fail. And for the first time as sorcerer, I'm going to use a sorcery point to cast Transmuted Spell.
Okay.
So instead, as she snaps her head towards the source of that fire, I'll go, that was nothing. And then screech at it, and out of my maw comes a jagged bolt of lightning.
Ooh, so changing it to lightning damage. Love it! Go ahead and roll that damage since it failed its save.
You will not believe that I just got max damage, but there are 2 zeros looking at me on 2 d10s, so that's 20 points of lightning damage.
Let's go. And so,
respectfully, holy fuck.
bypassing the Snark's innate resistance to fire, as you instead rebuke it with these...
Since it was breathing it.
It's a wise deduction. This arcing lightning that spreads from your mouth and teeth and channels across the invisible still outline of this thing. And as it channels, you all are able to kind of briefly put together the shape of this thing, and it is unpleasant. But you do notice a horn. It has a horn. So, what we need now that that has been done, this is a fresh section of combat. Could everyone please re-roll me their initiatives and let me know what they got?
That one for a 5.
Oof. That one for a 5.
How did I get, as a rogue
Also
with plus 7, I got 10.
Well, thank God
Why
for...
does a cleric get higher than the rogue?
Thank God for that plus 7. So you said you got a 10? Well, I think your dexterity is going to be higher than Rune, the blink dog. So you will be going then. What else did we get? I have a 13 and a 10 so far. What about Bodhi? Otto?
17 for Otto.
17 for Otto. Nat 1 for Gromp. Bodhi?
5.
5. And Wraught?
15.
And...
Also 15. Joe, why don't you go first?
That's how we resolve that nice and quick. So, the PC, or the Wild Things order that we have here is Otto, Wraught, Melon, Kai, Rune, Bodhi, with Gromp bringing up the rear. So, Otto.
And a snark somewhere in there.
A snark somewhere
We should
in
all
there.
know that
Now,
Gromp
before
always takes the rear.
Otto gets to go, because Otto got a 17, there is one thing that gets to happen on a 20, and that is lair actions. Because now, baby, you're in its lair. You avoided those at first, but no longer. So, as this lightning courses over it, it lets out this deep thrumming sound. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And the ground beneath your feet starts to shake violently. Could all of you please make me strength saving throws to avoid falling prone?
Could I do dexterity?
This one is
like-
specifically listed as a dex save. However,
Wait, a dex save
or
a strength?
I'm sorry, this one is explicitly listed as a strength saving throw.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, I think that's what it's got to be, just out of fairness. Don't worry, it has lair actions that are dex saves too. Does that help? Does that help? Does that help? Okay. Hands up if we beat 10s. Everyone but Wraught. Hands up if you beat a 15. Everyone but Wraught. Wraught, you fall on your ass because the DC was 15. So
I have weak ankles.
weak little ankles. Just you were so. There's a part of me that, knowing Wraught, thinks that you were so proud of yourself in that moment that you like almost cocked your hands on your hips. Well, that was pretty. And fall on your ass. So you're prone.
Yeah, and if anybody points it out to her, you're getting set on fire next.
Now, really quick, I do want to actually. We'll talk about that on your initiative, Wraught, because that's in a second. Wraught, Otto, you were up first, though.
Cool. Otto is going to, from the fire and the wonderful electricity now being seen by this thing, he's going to look at the arrows and kind of guide to where the face is. So he knows how long the neck is, where his mouth is, pretty much. I need to know where the mouth is.
Okay.
And it's still Hunter's Mark too.
It is still
It's
Hunter's
still
marked.
Hunter's
It is
marked.
still Hunter's
Yes.
marked. Go ahead, make me a after-the-fact perception check.
Okay.
This is going to still be with disadvantage because of the invisibility. And how dark it is in here.
Okay. All right. 19 on the first one. That's great. And 15. Wait, nope. 15 plus 5. 20.
So, modified 20 for the...
Yes.
Okay. So then, tell me one more time exactly... You're just looking to know where the mouth is?
Correct.
I will say that with a 20, you were definitely able to, in that moment, pick out what you think was the area where the mouth would be. However, the lightning has dissipated. It's possible it's moved. But
Okay.
that is what you're able to glean from that.
Cool. So, in that case, we're just going to still hit the body.
Okay.
Where the arrows are. Okay. All right.
And so the way that I'm ruling, just so that you know, the arrows and the mud is, because of that, because it's on the body, that counters out the disadvantage that you normally get trying to hit an invisible thing. So you all don't have to roll with disadvantage. However, because the arms and mouth are not visible, it still has advantage on its attacks for being invisible. So you counter out half of the bad aspect of invisibility with those features. So well done.
Cool.
So no disadvantage on your attack, Otto.
All right. Yep. All right. So 17 to hit.
Hit.
All right. We got 7, a 5, and a 1. So 17 to 6 is 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. Noted.
Yep.
as you just you just continue essentially doing target practice on this little strip of mud that you threw.
Correct. And then I'm going to go to the back of the pack put my back against the wall on the other fucking side. So you can't get behind me, and I'm right on you.
Got it.
I can cover everybody else.
Okay, love it. So you said you're going to the back of the pack?
Yes.
Got it, 100%. Wraught, you are up. Now, the thing I want to let you know. Hello, Freya. I hear your little clippy toes. You want to come lie down? Come on.
It's the blink dog.
Give us a dog, Ethan.
Yes. Oh, hold on. You want to make a guest appearance, Freya? Come on. Oh, there she is. There's a puppy.
Be being played by Freya.
Yes, this is Odie. No. But, okay. So the thing to let you know about your flamethrower. The flamethrower you have, like I said, it's of goblin make. There's a brilliance to the craftsmanship, but also a bit of a mishmash together. Like these pieces.
Bit of dumb shittery.
Yeah, it's one of those where looking at, you're not 100% sure how it works, how this thing has been kit bashed together to work. But as a result, when you use it, there is an increasing chance of catastrophic failure each use. Once it has climbed to a certain point, you can, when not in combat, make a tinkerer's check to try to reset the bad die chance, but that also comes with risks. So just so you know, before you make that choice, there is a risk with its use. At first, it's just if you get a 1 or a 2 on a d10. So there's a 20% chance of bad. But you are prone, it is your initiative. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna use half my movement to stand up because I don't want it to pounce on me with advantage. Although it technically already has advantage, so I guess it wouldn't even really matter. I am going to shoulder the flamethrower. I think that she realizes that using a fire weapon against something that breathes fire may not be in her best interest, and that there might be more reasonable uses of her time and resources. And instead, she is going to just look over at that streak of mud and glare really hard and cast Dissonant Whispers.
So, let me check one thing about Dissonant Whispers really quick. Oh,
it's a creature
you
of my
don't
choice.
need to see it.
Yeah, it's a creature of my choice.
Very nice. Okay.
So, and I think that she's going to hiss at it.
Love it.
In Draconic.
Love it. Just needed to make sure there was no line of sight requirement for that.
It is a Wisdom saving throw.
Gets an 11.
You needed to get a 13, so you failed. "12 points of psychic damage."
12 points. All right. As you let out this chorus of whispers that seep into its brain. And it takes 12 points of psychic damage, which it certainly does not have immunity or resistance to. If I recall, there is also a secondary aspect to Dissonant Whispers. On a failed save, it must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from you.
Away from me, yes.
Okay. So, as you do that, and it lets out this roar of pain and anger, and you all just hear as it flees, using its full movement as its reaction.
After that snark, I'm going to use the rest of my movement to chase it.
Okay, you start chasing down the direction you think it went.
I have dark vision and can see arrows sticking out of something, so...
Do you have dark vision?
I do. I've got a little monocle. that
Oh, you
gives
have
me
the
dark vision
monocle.
in
That's
one
right,
eye.
that's right. Okay, cool. So, yeah, you continue to try to pursue after it. Make me a perception check. This will be at disadvantage. Because, reminder, DMs, in the dark, even with dark vision, it's still disadvantage on perception checks. You just get to actually make the
I
check
don't have a very
with
high
dark vision.
perception, so we'll see.
Most people forget that.
It's only a 6.
6? Okay, noted. That will bring up Melon.
I'm a strong and powerful caster. And I feel better now. I'm gonna cure wounds myself because I'm at 7.
Woof. Yeah, might be a good time.
7. Oh, this is at second level. And an 8 for 15 system. 18. I do feel better.
A little bit of healing
Did you-
in there.
Yes.
Yes.
Did you just add the? Okay.
What?
All right. Nothing.
What,
no,
this?
No. Yes, I was like. God.
Though, in all honesty, for Melon, it might be more some nature magic, you know.
Now, where's the eating sounds? I need those.
I'll work on it. I'll work on it.
No, but it's like, and now I need to follow this thing.
Okay. I also need a perception check from you. If you have dark vision, that is with...
I do, up to 60 feet.
Then I need that with disadvantage, please.
We're looking at a 16 plus 5,
Woo!
or a 15 plus 5.
Damn! So,
20.
a 20 with, even with disadvantage. Very nice. So you manage to spot some footprints that lead away, and you start following that direction.
100%
I've got
you will
35
get
feet
ahead
of
of me.
movement. Do I run into anything?
How much movement do you have?
35.
35? No, you do not bump
Oh.
into anything.
Lame.
It's kind of a good thing, because otherwise it would have been in melee range and doing stuff otherwise. Because
Yeah,
it
that's where I
was a
wanna be,
little
though.
while away, a little distance away from you when it breathed on you all, just like 10 feet. So you haven't quite caught up to it. Is that the end of your go?
Yeah, clerics don't get up bonus actions.
Okay, then you end of your turn. That brings up the Snark, which is going to make a quick D6 roll to see if it's fire breath recharged. 5 or a 6? 4. No fire breath. Which means that, Melon, you are using your dark vision. You follow these footsteps. You don't bump into anything. So you look up, and just slightly to your right, you see a protrusion in the air, a stick floating in midair, and you realize that it is the shaft of one of the arrows. And based off of the angle, that thing is facing you now. And so it is going to make 3 attacks on you.
Oh shit, this hurt last time.
This won't feel great. Let's get these. Oh.
You're looking for an 18.
I broke it. Okay. The bite will miss. The other 2, I got a 21 and a 22 to hit with the claws
Yeah,
and the
those hit.
horn. So here comes that. First.
Still very barbed.
Oh, on which one?
I guess it doesn't really matter.
I'll say, well, do you want to do it on its claws or its horn?
It's claws.
Claw, okay. And don't forget, you can give advantage to someone afterwards. So who are you giving advantage to?
I'll give advantage to Bodhi.
That was a good use, and it was almost a very bad use because that was so close to a nat 20. And instead is a 2 on the die. So the horn will miss. The claws
will miss.
Oh, the claws will miss. The horn will hit. Excuse me. So here comes the horn damage then to you, Melon. 14 piercing damage as you... There's a moment where you could feel the wind of something that was coming by your face. And Gromp, what do you do to make it go from raking its claws across Melon's face to missing by an inch?
Do you guys see the snark? And I just yell it really loud, and I think it just distracts the snark ever so slightly that its attack will miss.
Just misses. You can feel the wind from its strike right in front of your face, and as soon as you think you're clear from it because of Gromp's distraction, you feel a piercing into your side as once again the horn stabs into your abdomen.
For a second time, let me remind you all of that.
Well, good thing you healed. That is the... Oh, no, that is not the end of its go. It is then going to provoke an attack of opportunity from you by leaving your threatened space and continuing to retreat down a not narrow but smaller than the big cavern. There are several different branching tunnels here in this underground layer that seem to all reconnect back to the central cavern eventually, giving... It's like the snark, while digging out this layer, gave itself numerous escape and return points, as if it might have planned for something like this. So go ahead and make that attack of opportunity.
No.
No! Okay. Kieren, you are up.
As Kieren goes running after it, can I take the monocle off Wraught's face if she doesn't, contest it?
Sure, I would allow that to be a free item interaction.
So I'll snap that off and put it on because I can't see in the dark, so I'd like to be able to follow after it.
Wraught, actually, remind me, does that item require attunement? No attunement. Wonderful! So yes, you steal this from Wraught, strap it onto your head as you keep going down the way that Melon went first, but you can see now.
And since this is all happening within a span of 6 seconds, can I still hear it moving?
Make me a perception check. That won't be with disadvantage.
Or
Yes,
mauling
it's for
our
hearing.
friend.
Yay!
Can you hear it mauling our friend?
That would definitely be something you don't even have to hear, Melon.
9 plus 6, 15.
15? I would say that with the 15, that is exactly what you hear. You hear the exchange between Melon and it. And as you catch up to Melon just a second after it's happened, you hear the sound of falling rock and dirt and roots as it pushes through the tunnel further.
So because I have a normal walking speed of 45,
Yup.
can I keep trying to catch up to it until I see something that I might be able to fire at?
Are you going to use any additional movement beyond your base movement, as in bonus action? Dash.
It depends. So if I see it within my normal movement, then I would like to use a bonus action to duck behind a rock to use the hide so I can fire at it.
Okay.
But otherwise, it just
So then,
depends on...
Make me a perception check with disadvantage to see, after your first 45 feet of movement, to see if you can see it. Or see anything.
One was a 20, but the other is an 8 plus a 6, so
Plus a
that
6.
would be a 14.
Let me do this. Right now, from where you are, you do not see arrows or mud. You don't see the signs that you all left on its side. You see, with a 16, though, you do see footprints continuing that direction. They are lighter here, harder to notice than they were out in the mud and muck. But you can make them out, and they clearly do continue that direction. Do you want to keep moving that direction?
Is it like a tunnel?
Yes.
I'm assuming that because this thing is big, it probably is taking up most of the tunnel, so shooting straight down the middle of it will probably end up hitting it.
Highly
so
possible.
I'd like to just bonus action hide and
Sure.
shoot straight down the tunnel.
So because of the bonus action hide, that will cancel out disadvantage here. So go ahead and roll normally, and I am going to roll to see if it is still in the line of sight from where you are shooting.
Be an 8.
It is in your line of sight, so you fire and you do hear a as the arrow makes contact, but isn't enough to lodge itself into it and deal additional damage. And then you just continue to hear the of the steps.
He'll yell back to everybody else, "It went down this tunnel!"
Rune is then up. And pull up my little blink dog stats here.
He is infinite in every stat. He's the
If-
goodest of boys.
If only. Okay. Ooh, yes. So, what happens? Because you moved 45 feet. Rune was basically right next to you, and he's just been keeping up with you. I still smell it. And then suddenly, Rune disappears, and you see Rune down the hall, down the tunnel further, about another 40 feet. As it then lets out a snarl, rears up and starts trying to rake at where it thinks this thing is. It is going to make... He's going to make one attack. That's all he has. 4... That is a 16 total, which beats its AC. So it is going to... Rune is going to do 1d6 plus 1 piercing damage. 5 piercing damage. And you just see as Rune rears up and his front paws land on something, though you can't see it because it's invisible. So you see as his weight and then ripping, tearing, biting, and it pulls away. And as Rune pulls his maw away, you can see there is bloody flesh hanging from it. That is for my sister. Bodhi, you are up.
Question. I have something written down called Blessing of Blink Dog.
Yes.
I think that's a teleporty thing. And how do I use it?
It has 3 charges, and using it is just a bonus action. You can choose one of 3 things. I assume it's not understanding or reading Sylvan.
No, I don't care.
So you could gain advantage on one perception check of your choice, or teleport yourself up to 40 feet to an unoccupied space you can see.
I'm going where our friend went. I want to follow.
So, interestingly, your movement, if I recall, is only 30 feet.
Yeah.
You are a humanoid turtle, after all. Oh, no, I clicked on Melon. I was like, 35.
I'm
No.
enormous.
So 30 feet. Rune's movement was 40 feet, which means that even executing this, you will end up 10 feet farther back down the hall. But here's the thing.
Then I can use my movement.
That would put
and
you...
then-
No, that's even including your movement. All 70
Oh.
feet. But here's the thing.
Oh.
Rune traveled 80 feet and got in front of the thing. So if you travel 70 feet,
And flank it?
you will be directly behind it.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that.
So,
Oh, don't worry, guys. I got it. Whoa. I got it. Come on, Cork.
and
He's
you say,
gonna-
come on, Cork. Master, this is a bad idea. Attacking things we cannot see, but swing me in front of you!
And swing it.
All right.
As fast as turtle.
No disadvantage. Go ahead and roll. And since you're flanking with a +2,
22.
that'll hit. Yeah.
And it's so hated.
Yeah.
Oh, I rolled a 1 on that, so I only got a 6.
So here's the thing, though. This only had 5 more hit points after Rune's bite. So could you please...
Okay, can I flavor it?
Oh, flavor
Okay.
away.
Oh, okay. So, Bodhi gets this idea, and he sees Rune just book it, right? And then the sucky teleporting thing, and he goes, oh yeah, guys, I got it! And he goes to reach for Cork, and blinks into the space, reorients himself, and then says, Cork, get ready! Tosses Cork up in.
I'm ready, master.
Up in the air, and then he grabs him and then he swings it in an arc down as hard as he can, shifting his entire body weight 90 degrees.
And as you feel the cork make contact with this thing, one sec. As you feel cork make contact with this thing, the entity in front of you becomes visible as it falls to the ground. And as the snark falls dead in this tunnel with Rune panting over its corpse, what you see is the snark is misshapen. It has a huge mouth with a jutting lower jaw that comes out far too far. And nothing about this. A lot of the reason that organisms look the way they do is out of evolutionary necessity in some way. Camouflage, mating, hunting, any of those things. But this is a creature that lives invisible. So there was no evolutionary concern with aesthetics. It was all pure utilitarian function. And this thing is a huge blob with these relatively small legs, all things considered. A horn that sticks kind of out from the center of its head. The eyes... It has eyes all over its body. And they're not evenly placed, just one here, one there, one here, one there. There's no pupil, they are just these large orbs, white, like a dead fish's eyes. And as it falls to the ground, it kind of deflates. Oh, I drooled, making that sound. A lot. Someone will clip that. Jesus. Look, dedication, Foley work is not a clean thing, okay? We get messy here. But
that place is disaster.
But you just hear as it falls to the ground, as it deflates almost, like a whoopee cushion, and just is now just a thin, flat thing on the ground. Kieren.
Who was able to see that? Like, is it... Because I know that Kai was at the end of the hall. Is anybody else behind Kai that could have seen that?
Did something just happen?
So to ask who could see that, I would say Melon, you, Rune, and Bodhi, and Cork.
Because Kai's gonna shout, "Holy fuck! Did everybody see that? Because holy shit, Bodhi, that was sick."
I didn't see anything.
Well, that was sick.
Bodhi's just standing over the body. He wipes the blade of cork on his pants and slings him over his shoulder. I just watched this living creature reduced to a deflated balloon. No juices are coming out. It's kind of weird.
It is no better than it deserved.
Look at it, man. Don't speak ill of the fucking... look at what he had to work with.
And Cork, at this point... Cork has been speaking predominantly in Bodhi's head, but right now, out loud, all of you hear, "There are probably more invisible things in here. Look! There's something moving behind you. Kieren!"
It's Kieren fanning himself a little bit like, wow, I've never been attracted to turtles before, but dear God.
Kieren, I do not mean to alarm you, but there is a large, furry thing approaching from... Oh, it is Melon.
Yeah, Cork.
Oh, no, I'm
can-
going the other way because I heard like puppy.
Cork, and Bodhi's gonna pull Cork really close to his face.
Yes, master.
I'm gonna need you, babe. I'm gonna need you to simmer down on the yelling that people are behind them, okay?
But-
because Kieren just
But
Kieren
Daddy,
really could get.
keeping people safe is my love language.
You could have killed Melon, is what I'm fucking saying.
Well,
So pick your battles,
maybe
okay?
announce when you're sneaking up behind someone.
As Gromp comes running in, because he's been so far away.
Can't even
Not
believe
know
it.
that
Rob, do you
the
have
snark
dark
is dead.
vision? Do you have dark vision?
Yes. I come running in with my hand harp held like a sword. Ah! And I throw it at the snark's body.
Take 3 luck points.
Killed it!
Oh my god. I put my 1 foot on top of it, for I have conquered the snark.
I can't see, but that sounds like bullshit.
Okay, buddy. Hands Cork over to you. You cut off his horn.
Cork, is there any way that you want this to happen, or?
Quickly, we must get
Okay.
out of here. Shing.
Clean slice.
Yeah, it is no problem whatsoever. And if you would like, after you've hacked it off, you can either make me an Arcana or Investigation check, Gromp.
Fucking snark killer.
And while that's happening, we cut over to those who were heading with Rune towards the sound of the yelping puppy. Let me...
5.
Ooh, yeah, you don't know a ton. I mean, it's kind of gross. That's really the most you're able to get out of this thing right now. Looks like a horn. Yeah. Those of you who were following Rune and heading towards the sound of the yelping pup, you return to that little section where there's an inlet in the wall in the southern section of the wall of the large circular cavern. And who all was going that direction? I know Melon was. Was anyone else joining? And Kai? Okay.
I'm going towards the snark.
You're heading towards the snark. All right, we'll cut right back to you in a second. Kieren and Melon and Rune, you head that direction, and there's just the... And then in Sylvan... Uncle? Uncle Rune, is that you? Yes, could somebody help move this? As there is a large rock blocking wherever this is.
I think both of us are gonna just like jam our shoulders into the rock and try
I'm
to
willing
move
to
it.
take damage to increase roll, like considering I'm already pretty fucking hurt. I want blood squirt.
There is no roll necessary, but because you are hurt, as you put your shoulder into this, we have that moment where the camera just cuts down to your feet, and we see the blood pooling and splashing from your open wound through the effort as you lower your shoulder and push this rock. And before you're even done, the two of you feel something impact into your side as this little blink dog puppy, probably about 10 months old, comes bounding out. And you would not know, looking at this puppy, that he had just been in mortal danger, because the way that he runs out is very much puppy play bounding, like front paws up in the air and then back paws just doing the seesaw, like jumping around like crazy. Uncle, 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 I knew you'd find me. I knew you'd find me. I knew you'd find me. Odie. Yes, yes. Go home, Odie. Yes, yes, I will. Yes, I'm going home. Uncle, I'm going home. You look at me. I'm going home. Everyone, I'm going home. As he just runs out of the cavern.
Kai, Kai and Melon don't look like they're in great shape. I'd give a rough estimate if you could tell on a person, Melon looks like he's about 11 out of 35. Kai looks like a 9 out of 31. If you can do those percentages of like feeling like shit. So I think they're both standing there like, Rune, if you want to go with them, wouldn't hold it against you. You definitely helped out a ton during the snark, but you got your nephew running home, so if you want to join him.
I will see you safely from this place before we part. I told you.
I'm gonna sit down.
As you sit down, and he pads his way over to you, looking the way that Odie ran. I told you he was a special pup. And the other, as the camera cuts back to the four of you still by the snark.
I can do a quick thing.
Oh, well, then still.
I can wait.
Well, no, just 2 seconds. So this happens, the camera quickly cuts back to the four standing around the snark, and just behind you all, we hear and see as Odie runs through, I'm going home! Melon?
Guy, Wraught says I have magic, so get better. Smack. Cure wound 2nd level.
Oh, cool, yeah. All right, feel free to let Kai know how much that healing is for. Was that what you were wanting to do?
14 and yes.
Wonderful. 14 healing to Kai. So then,
Thank you.
as the camera does return to those around the snark, Gromp still holding this bloody horn, the root of the horn where you hacked it off still has some of this greenish turquoise flesh on it, and the blood that pours from it is this deep greenish blue color as it still just continues to drip.
Here you go, Bodhi. It's same color as your shell. And here's Cork back too. It's a little too gross for me. I'm gonna just go over here.
Did he just call me gross, Master?
No, man. It's just not you. Well, look at this guy. And he gestures with Cork to the body of the snark. I don't blame him. And then puts Cork back. You comfy?
Relatively. Have you thought about perhaps double tapping the snark and stabbing it again? Just to make sure. You never know.
I don't want to. You know what? Otto!
Otto's already there.
Oh, fuck! Otto.
What? Otto, what the fuck?
You been there the whole time?
Otto takes his sword out and just stabs it.
Otto, I already killed it.
He's double
He's not
tapping.
listening. He's kind of just pushing it in at this point.
He's
just-
double tapping. He's
Should we just
And
Let
then
that
proceeds
happen?
to carve part of its skin off.
Bodhi looks at Gromp as he does this.
I'm gonna
A length of a cloak. Fuck off real quick. Let me fucking do this.
No, yeah, all you, man.
Takes it to a point where it's cloak shaped. Grabs it. And it's got like a couple of eyes left on it.
Just dripping.
I'll dry this out and make it into something. Rolls it up.
I'm gonna go back here. I'm sorry.
Rolls it up. Puts it in his back. We need to take more of this out so I can show the sheriff that it's dead.
Oh, and Bodhi puts his hands on his knees and kind of leans over. Man, I thought you were doing some fucking wicked shit. Cool, yeah, no, that makes sense, man. Good thinking.
No, this is for me. I'm going to make a cloak out of this. That's a trophy. We killed this thing. This is mine. I'm sick of being prey. This thing hunted me and it's dead now. I'm going to show everything else that, hey, we killed this thing. Anyone that comes to us, we killed the snark. No one's been able to kill this thing but us.
And Bodhi is going to take Otto, who's holding the flap of skin, I guess, and put him up on the shoulder and begin to walk towards our friends if possible. But he's going to say, he's going to tap him on his bunny leg and say, you know what, man? I'm really proud of you embracing your more primal side, man. As more docile species in society, it's really hard to just be yourself if you got a little bit of that dog in you, you know? So I'm really glad you're embracing that. Be the fucking... You're not just prey, man.
Yeah. I'm going to take some of its teeth, too. Can you put me back down?
Okay, don't be weird. And put you down and back away from you a little bit. And,
Otto, we'll just cut off its whole head. We'll make Melon carry it.
Snaps 3 teeth. Yeah, that's fine. Put some in.
Bodhi, I'm not looking, but I can hear what's happening behind me,
you want
and
the truth or a lie?
I'm going to say that you're encouraging unhealthy behavior from my friend.
Me?
Fine!
I didn't do anything. And also, that is not... He leans in close. It is not okay to shame someone for embracing their inner selves, even if their inner selves are a little freaky. Okay? You don't shame them in front of him.
Well, I'm not shaming him. It's just... I don't know. I guess I've seen Otto change quite a lot since coming here, and I'm a little worried about my best friend, if I'm being completely frank with you.
So, completely unrelated, and he puts his hand on your shoulder. Did he always collect teeth?
No.
Okay.
He used to collect sunshine and rainbows, actually. Literally. He had a cup of rainbow.
He looks around. Well, I don't see any of that, so I respect that he's doing his best. Hey, Otto!
And Wraught, I saw your hand.
Yeah?
I'm going to feel my way along the wall because I can't see. Until I find... Because just totally blowing off the boys because I don't care what they're talking about. Until I find the body of the snark. I'm going to pull over it. And then I'm going to get, like, snark blood on my hand. And I'm going to start licking that off like a little popsicle.
God.
Doesn't... make me a Constitution saving throw.
You're dead.
That's how you roll a new character.
I was just imagining that you licked the spider, the dead spider. You licked it. I got a 19.
19, okay. Yep, no ill effects.
Melon, come cut its head off.
Okay.
I'm gonna meet you guys at the exit. And the Gromp walks off back to the exit.
Gromp, please don't leave me here. You need to deal with this.
See you in a bit,
What?
Bodhi.
Deal with what?
Nothing. I'm just having some some inner conflict with current situations in surrounding El. You know what? We can just go this way. You got everything you need, friend?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I do. You can journal about that later if you want. If you're having that inner turmoil or something going on. You always tell me that.
Do you journal when you... No, it's not important. Thank you for recommending it since it's important to me. And I will. Like a lot of pages.
Melon, I saw your hand.
So I don't have a cutting instrument, so this is going to be way more visceral.
I gave him my scimitar.
No, it's too late. You're back over there.
Yes. No, we're not ripping it off. I said cut.
I was going to chew it off.
No, it doesn't taste very good anyway.
All right. So you all are taking trophies, essentially, to prove the demise of the Snark. Kieren?
With my now brand new dark vision because of the monocle, can I just like look around to see if there's cool stuff from like other things
Sure.
that's bought or eaten?
Make me an investigation check.
17, 14 plus 3.
Perfect. You find a few things. There not in any orderly pile or place. This isn't the type of creature that collects prizes or loot. In fact, you find them more poking through refuse piles that as they were just
what
digested.
A nesty cave looks like.
Yeah. But you do find a few things. You find mixed coins totaling about 20 gold in value. And you find then 2 other items of interest that aren't entirely too gross for you to even contemplate touching. The first is what looks actually kind of like this. A 100-sided die, about the size of a plum. Second thing that you find, you notice because there is a faint... You have dark vision now through this one eye, so you're walking around looking through this one eye. And when utilizing the monocle for dark vision, everything becomes grayscale. But then there is this sudden, very faint, though, hint of color in one of the refuse piles. So as you kick through it, what you find is a glass jar about 2.5, 3 inches big, corked, well sealed, and inside of it there are these small glowing worms. Each one of them is only a centimeter or 2 in length, but there are a couple dozen in this jar. And quick question, Kieren, as you pick this thing up, how would you describe Kieran's current mood? What is a dominating emotion?
Curiosity, I think. I mean, he's just been healed by Melon. They beat the monster. The puppy's been saved. Yeah, he got set on fire, which is not wonderful, and he hates that, but he's not getting set on fire anymore, so...
So as you pick this...
Find some cool stuff. He's being like the little goblin that he wants to be, so it's kind of like, huh.
So then when you pick it up, as soon as you pick it up and the warmth of your hand makes contact with the colder glass jar, the worms inside change from a relatively neutral whitish light to purple. All of them.
Did I just get a jar full of, like, mood ring worms?
You 100% did.
He probably has no idea why it did that. He's just like, they change color.
And so as you get...
He'll shake him around a little bit just to see if they change, but now he's also like, oh, cool.
So then a few of them stay purple, though the purple actually gets more intense as your confusion grows. But as you're feeling a little happy about this cool thing, some of them turn a sunflower yellow.
I gotta show this to Bodhi and Otto. They're gonna love it. He'll go running back out of the cave to go find them.
Rune, who has just been following you, just gives a and a shake of his head as he paws behind you, just waiting for you all to be done in here. Kieren comes running back up to the rest of the group.
I got a cool thing. It's worms. I don't know what it is, but they change color. Here. And he's gonna hand it to... actually, let's hand it to Bodhi. He's like the one that likes the plants and bugs and stuff.
What is it?
I don't know. I think it's worms. I think. But they glow. I don't know anything about bugs.
Wow, who you, guy? And he's just gonna put him on the back of his shell. I hope he likes you back there.
No, I mean, there's a bunch of them in the jar.
Oh, well, he dumps one out to...
It is sealed at the moment. Okay. So if you wanted to unseal it and take a few out, you could.
Nah, I'll just roll them around in the jar. Wow, super fucking cool. And he gives it back to you.
With this burst of positive emotion, the ones that were purple also turn yellow, so the whole jar is just glowing this vibrant sunflower color.
Whoa. What the fuck?
And as you say, whoa, what the fuck, a few of them shift orange.
Has anyone ever
Wait.
seen like a bug like this? Who here spent longer in the Feywild than us?
Step on my foot. Step on my foot really hard.
I do it.
Just flashes of red from them. They just pulse red.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Here you go.
Take 2 luck points, Kai and Bodhi, for that. All right. So what are we doing, y'all? Are we staying in the cave? Are we leaving? What's the
We
plan?
have to leave.
Melon and I will come back out, pulling the snark head behind us. This is terrible. My hands are covered in goop up to the elbow, and I've been set on fire today. What do we think about going back to town and dropping this bad boy off, getting paid, and sleeping in a real bed instead of a treehouse?
Houses aren't too bad.
Beds are overrated.
Well, I like
Fine,
that
you
very
guys
much.
can sleep in the alley. I want to sleep in a real bed.
The alleys where fun stuff happens.
All right. You all have a little bit of travel to get out of the murky area and back to where you met the blink dogs, but luckily you're not tracking anything this time, so you can move with a quickness. And so with you all exiting this murky area and once again re-entering the beaming, beautiful sunlight of the fields of spring, leaving the snark's nest behind, though bringing the head of the snark with you. Let's take a quick break, and we will pick up right there. We're probably back in town, but we'll pick up in about 5 or 10 minutes. We might be saying goodbye to Gromp by that time. Maybe Devon can stick around long enough to just tell us what you want to do. But we will pick up there, so don't go anywhere, friends. We'll see you in a few. Be right back. And we are back. Where's Lauren? That's so...
You should give her a big thank
I know,
you.
that is so irresponsible of her not to
you
be
need to thank
here.
her.
Can you imagine
When
not
the
So what she
stream-
being
did for you.
Can you believe not
Wow.
being at your...
Really embarrassing for her,
The
honestly.
audacity.
That's
Yikes.
grounds for divorce right there.
This amazing wife.
Lauren, where have you...
Had her
Where have you
husband
been?
a good old hit.
Oh no, she doesn't know we're live.
She rage quit.
She died.
Lauren,
She was so embarrassed that she didn't show face.
turn your camera back on. Where have you been? We've been streaming. Where'd you go?
You gaslighter.
I am totally kidding. My beautiful bride last minute brought me some creative juice at my request, and then I was a total shithead because I'm a total shithead. Thank you, darling. You're very sweet. Appreciate you. She's gonna kill me. All right. Before we jump back in, let me do one thing. Let me just look up one thing, and then we'll jump in super quick. What's good? That's what I was looking for. Cool. And I should turn off Spotify. There we go. Okay. So, you push your way successfully out of the marshy, swampy section of the Fields of Spring and re-emerge into the beautiful mid-afternoon high sunlight. Grass everywhere, flower beds, little ponds and creeks. And you have been escorted this whole way back by Rune, who, on a small hill, says his farewells to you all. Thank you for helping my clan. He would not have found a way out by himself. Is there anything I can do to thank you?
Yes. I've never touched a dog before. They don't let me. Can I please touch your cheeks?
Would that matter to you?
Well, I've never touched a dog before. I don't know if it matters or not.
He sits and lowers his muzzle a little bit in acquiescence.
Put both of my hands on his cheeks and kind of smush them around just a little bit.
As some blink dogs are incredible creatures, but at some point in their history they were dogs in more respects than currently. And as you do this, just some ancestral part of Rune can't help but have his mouth open wide, tongue loll out, just get a big blink dog smile as you are rubbing his puppy cheeks. I saw several hands go up at that.
Yep, that mattered.
Oh, that too. No,
I
I'm
thought
just
it would.
Kieren?
But in all honesty, I don't think we're going to be spending a lot of time here, so there's not a lot we could ask for. But for those that are, there's a couple of kids that are hanging around at a giant tree. Little Oak, I think it's called.
I have heard of it.
If you happen just to be in the area, just keep an eye out for them, or keep an eye on them. I think they've had a little bit of a rough time sometimes.
You helped look after my pup. I will help look after your pups. Fair trade.
I think that's fair.
Can I lean into Rod? Hopefully not literal pups, because I don't know where those fucks are.
We don't need to talk about them.
Otto, I saw your hand.
Otto's gonna go and hug the doggo and ask him a question. Hey, so You're from the Feywild. You've noticed that things have been different, right?
Yes. Yes, they have.
Would you like to help be able to change things back to the way they were?
Cocks his head, one of his ears flipping up as he does so.
We're trying to make things right here. This land is hurting. I can start to feel it now. Every time that we help somebody or do something nice, it feels better. But I know something's wrong, but I think we may end up having to face bigger adversaries than us that are in charge of what's gone wrong. And we don't know a lot of people here. It's just us. But if you're wanting to help make the Feywild magical again, or bring the magic back, if we need you, will you fight with us?
His response is incredibly pragmatic. It depends on the wisdom of the plan. In my sister's absence, leadership of the clan has fallen to me. If I
Thank
fight,
goodness it wasn't to Odie.
he has time, still, barely grown into his paws. If I fight, I risk the safety of my family. If I don't, I risk them still. Convince me of your plan, and I will fight tooth and claw to get back what the Feywild once was.
We're gonna find out what happened to the king. We have to stop these witches. This coven of some sort. I'm not from here. A lot of us aren't. But I know what it means to lose a home and know what it means to fight for something. I've learned a lot about that now. And I wanted to give you the opportunity to be able to have your voice heard when the time comes, whether it be your vote of confidence or helping with whatever plan we come up with. I just want you to know that we would appreciate your attendance in any form or fashion. Just know that we, the Wild Things, want to make your home better.
To add on to that, if you do interact with those children in the treehouse, we're going to go rescue all of their friends. That would be a good place to start.
You all have proven yourselves to be on the side of good. But make me for right now, a persuasion check, Otto, with disadvantage.
You want me to roll or do it up on D&D?
Wherever. Thank you for checking that.
Of course. That is a 19 on the die and a 15.
Okay.
Persuasion.
Yep.
Is a 7. So 15 plus 7. 16,
Damn,
17,
persuasive.
18, 19, 20,
And 22.
21, 22. Yep.
But for now, I do not hear a plan. However, when you have one, come back here. I will have eyes watching this hill once a day to watch for you. Come back here and either wait or shout, and if your plan is sound, then I am with you. For now, be safe. The things at work here are bigger than snarks and lost pups. Turns and just pads down the hill.
Well, it wasn't a no.
Yeah, it wasn't. All right, let's go get paid.
And we cut from that scene to the outskirts, just half a mile or so from Vale Crossing. Gromp?
As we're walking,
Yeah.
Gromp has been noticeably changed after seeing Otto cut the hide off, after seeing Wraught lick the blood. If it's okay with you guys, I might need some time to think. Would you guys meet me back at the Unicorn's Island? I can go there for safety and sit, think, try to find myself again. I'm worried that this isn't... I don't know if this is me. The killing and the hurting, it's hard.
You sure you don't want to just come back to town with us?
I'll pay for your own room.
I think I need this. And Gromp's gonna bow his head. I'll meet back in the town tomorrow.
Well, hang on. So, just by virtue of the equipment that I had at the start of the game, I have a very strange instrument that's like a Chinese kind of guitar thing.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's technically done in Nepal. What's it called?
Yeah, hit me with that specificity of that name.
Gramyin.
I have to look that up later just to see what it looks like.
Eramyin. And somehow he's had it in his bag the whole time. You'll just never question that. He's gonna pull it out because, I mean, you've lost a couple instruments along the way. I mean, for something to do. Because these keep breaking on you and it'll probably be able to hit things better than your harp would.
Thank you, Kai.
And one more thing, I'm going to reach up and put my finger right between your eyes. Just think my name and I'll be able to hear whatever you want to tell me, as long as you're on the same plane of existence.
I will.
Hey, bud.
Hey.
You good?
Yeah. I'm good. I think we've gotten a lot done, and there's a lot more to come very soon. I think this time will be good for me.
Bodhi is going to take the opportunity to walk. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Insight check.
All right. So that would be insight versus either deception or persuasion. Don't say which, just say the result, Gromp. And then we'll have Bodhi as well.
17.
17 plus 5.
Whew. So, Otto has known you for a long time, Gromp, and he's able to get some reads on you. So rather than using insight like he's peering into your mind, what physical tells does Otto notice? What quirks or twitches or emotive or facial expression?
Otto can see my paw, my fingers quickly touching each other on my right hand, on my side. He knows that it's not completely okay, and that Gromp is pretty bothered right now. I'll be okay. I'm good.
All right. Bunk bros?
Bunk bros.
Bunk bros.
Okay. Good luck in town. If you need me, Wraught can always call. I will see y'all tomorrow.
Bodhi is going to go up to him and very discreetly pass him what appears to be several sheets of parchment bound together. Just a little pocket-sized thing, and it has like a sharpened stick with a small piece of what looks like coal at the end of it. Hey man, it's okay not to be okay. If you want to journal about it, I always keep an extra with me. And he's going to respectfully walk away. Enjoy your private time.
This means a lot, Bodhi. Truly. Thank you. And just like that, Gromp bows his head and heads off.
Gromp, do you walk off in silence? Or do you sing or play anything on your way?
Your silence.
And you just watch your friend taking a little time for himself and heading back towards the Shroudwood. Bye, Devon. Have a good time tonight, brother. Thank you for playing. And you all, like I said, only about half a mile from Vale Crossing when this happens. And now it's the five of you standing there, watching your friend get smaller and smaller in the distance. Are you all doing anything in this moment, or heading into town?
Otto is frolicking all the way back to town.
Well, I should probably smoke a joint.
Well then, we shake off the feelings that were brought on right there as you all...
I exchange a look with Kai. It's a little concerned.
And then we both look at Otto. We'll leave it at that for now.
And you all return to Vale's Crossing. It is just as beautiful, vibrant, lovely, and welcoming as you remember. There are dozens upon dozens of people in the main square here from all different planes of existence. A few who look like they probably, or actually a lot, who look like they probably didn't originate in the Feywild, but have, kind of like you all, found their way here by one means or another. There is, in that town square, still that statue. That green statue of Oberon. And so, now that you all are back, the town is active and alive and ready for you. Where do you all head?
Do you want to get paid first?
Bodhi, do you and Otto want to go tell whoever it was, I don't think I was with you,
The sheriff!
Goblin Camp?
Wait.
And Kai and Melon can go drop off the head?
No, you and Melon go drop off the head. Hang on.
Kai's gonna talk to a man.
Kai's gonna take the mushrooms, the hummingbird ones, off of Bodhi's back.
Okay, yeah, no
He's
problem.
got a
Yeah.
day.
Wraught, you can talk to somebody later. It's like people are still going to be there. I'll be right back. And he's going to take the mushrooms and go run.
Okay, so we can all go talk to the sheriff except for Kai, and then I have to talk to another person.
Oh, yeah. Are we getting any weirdness here around the head of a fucked up chair?
I will say, probably not as many as you expected. Not as many as you would have gotten in like a Sword Coast town of this pastoral style. But the people here, though, you do definitely get a few, oh my, did you see that? It's not the crowd or revulsion that you would expect typically.
All right, I'm gonna go to the sheriff and turn this in so we can get paid.
Sounds good to me. I could use like a sandwich. I don't know.
I could eat. I am a little hungry.
Why don't you boys go turn those things in? Don't forget to get paid for the goblin camp. That one I think was cost.
The mayor.
Snark. The mayor, or whatever. Was it the mayor or the sheriff?
Sheriff was the snark. Mayor was the goblin camp. 1,000 for the goblin camp. 500 for the snark.
So if you're comfortable with my mouth partially representing this particular entity, then by all means, send us to the mayor as well.
All right, so who wants to go talk to the sheriff about the snark, and who wants to go talk to the mayor about the goblin camp? You want to talk about the snark?
Yep, because I gotta finish the job.
All right, Melon, you've also
I've
got
got
the
the
snark.
head.
Bodhi, where do you want to go?
I don't know. I kind of just want to tag along, man. Just support whoever needs support, you know?
The boys need so much support. I'll go talk to the mayor.
Are you sure you don't need any support?
Do I look like I need support?
No, but you never really look like you do. That's the thing about strong women. You gotta ask.
You asked. I don't need support.
Okay, bye!
I'll go to the mayor.
Incredible.
I mean, when she was the goblin, she kind of did, but
She also has the goblin flamethrower, so it's pretty good evidence.
I will say, Wraught, you take about 10 steps away from where your friends are, and then a thought occurs to you. You spoke with the mayor here, in the town square, not at his place of home or business. And as a result, you don't know where those things are.
I'm going to ask for directions.
Okay.
Not below that.
Okay, make me an investigation check. And as you do so, hold on to that number. We also had Kieren running off, where the other three, Melon, Otto, and Bodhi, all going to the sheriff's office. Wonderful. Then let's go ahead and I'm just going to roll a die here, see who we go with first. 1 over there, 2 over there. Evens it is. Heading back to the sheriff's office, Bodhi, Melon, and Otto. As you return to this small, squat building, still with the sign outside that reads, Sheriff of Vale Crossing. Grim is the single name, 2 M's. And as you open the door, a small bell tinkles from above.
kick it open. Kick it open.
Then the tinkling actually it turns into a clatter as the bell is ripped from the door frame and clatters along the ground.
I'll fix that. Sheriff Graham!
You as you head back inside, again, this building is essentially one room. There's that wooden desk and the iron cage that was there, and by the time you're through the door, but because you've kicked it open, Sheriff Grimm is halfway out of his now overturned chair as he sprang up, and he has grabbed what looks like, in shape, a woodcutter's axe, but about 2 times the size from right next to his desk, as he just and then thuds back, or rights the chair and sits back down into it. Now what the hell's you gotta do opening my door like that for?
Killed it!
What?
We killed the fucking snark!
His eyes...
Oh, that's my cue.
That's your cue for...
I'll bring it back behind me and just kind of toss it on the floor.
Thud. Sheriff Grimm's go wide. And though he just righted the chair and returned himself to sitting, he slowly pushes himself out of it. Well, I'll be damned. Comes around the desk. I'll be damned. This is... what? Looks at it. What the hell part of it is this?
It's his head, and it's one
Yeah.
ugly motherfucker. I know that.
Ugh. Goes back and grabs his axe and starts poking and prodding at the head. Hideous thing. Looks even worse than that shit. Well, you got any, not that I doubt you, but you got any proof that this is the Snark and not just some other creature?
This thing almost set us on fire. Like, it's covered in eyes. This thing was invisible. We shot it with arrows. We covered it in mud. We tracked it back to his lair.
Fair enough,
his lair. That was
fair
fucking...
enough. Hey,
Yep.
whoa,
Also, there's a lair back there with a lot of tunnels. You could go back there, and his dead body will still be there with the head cut off.
You can't-
Its horn shattered, though. It's somewhere.
you can't
What?
blame me for asking about it's invisible. No one's ever seen it before. It's kind of hard to identify. And then he walks back to his chair, sits down once again, and gestures to the empty chairs scattered around this room. Well, you gotta tell me how you did that. As he pulls out a pouch of coins and begins counting out your reward.
Cool. In the most ADD riddled language, he just auto explains everything from start to finish.
Bodhi, Melon, you two doing anything during this retelling?
Nah, he's excited. Let him cook.
Yep, we're just standing back there with our arms crossed, like, oh look, it's cute. Oh yeah, tell him, buddy.
I mean, there's been a trail of blood the whole way. Is it mine or the Snark's? Who
We don't
knows?
know.
And I'm doing all the full reenactment of like, yeah, we did that. We climbed the tree with that. Rod did this weird thing and all this stuff. And then fucking, it was great. And then, yeah, it was, and that's what happened.
So we fade out partway through this explanation, but that is going to be 2 luck points to you, Otto. And we fade from there over to just outside of the enchanted oven. The smells have already started wafting to your nose, Kieren, before you even made it there. That smell of warm bread and maybe even a hint of perfume, or is it just flowers in the air? Hard to tell. But there it is.
He'll straighten his shirt a little bit.
It has a frosted glass. The exterior of the building has frosted glass in sections, and you can see, just as you approach it, the outline and the green tint of Ilsa hard at work inside. There is a replica of an oven propped on the top of the roof of this building, just above the sign for the enchanted oven. And I assume you head inside?
Like, slip inside. Like, if there's other people in there, he doesn't want to distract from her doing business. Just to, like...
There's a line.
You never minute.
You like pop in here and there are at least 5 people in here waiting. Huge smiles on their faces. There's a night elf with her daughter. There is a married couple of dwarves in here that walk out with a quite large loaf of that rainbow cake that you had earlier, just huge smiles on their faces. Excuse me, as they push past you out the door as you walk in, shutting the door with a quiet click. And Ilsa, working alone in here, is dressed very similarly, a different apron to what you saw before, but she's covered in flour and different ingredients. Her hair has been swept back and pinned to keep it out of her face as she's working. Her sleeves are rolled up. Yes, hey, okay, what can I get the next person? As she
I'll wait in line.
As she takes an order. The line dwindles a little bit, or rather proceeds with a few people coming in behind you afterwards. And then you are next. And she starts speaking before even turning around. Yes, what can I get the... Oh! Hi there! Back again! Is there anything I can get you today?
So, Kai already looks still a little bit singed. She got set on fire just a couple of hours ago.
That's true. Actually, very good question. Before you even continue, let me prod you even further. How do you look right now walking into this establishment?
He would have tried to straighten his clothes a little bit before going in. Just like to make himself a little more presentable. If there's big holes in like a shirt, he'll twist it a little bit to hide those. But he got set on fire. It took away the majority of my health. So he'll make himself look not like he just got completely mauled kind of thing. You can tell he's had a bit of a rough time though. But I mean, he's like still smiling because he got healed by...
So, in that case, when she turns around to you, hi, yes, can I...
One second, she has to reset
Oh,
really
cool.
quickly.
Okay, that's what's going down. Cool, no problem. Let's get Sarah back in here. Give it a second.
Stuff's gonna get
And then we gotta do
funky.
editing magic here. All right, Sarah, could you repeat the last...
Yeah, Discord hasn't liked me for the last 2 days.
Yeah, Discord's weird sometimes. But could you repeat the last sentence or two of what you said?
Because, he got set on fire, but he still, smiles and all good because Melon healed him, so he himself isn't in terrible shape. It's just his armor and clothes.
And so then when Ilsa turns around to you, she says...
Are kind of rough now.
Ilsa turns around and says, yes, is there a... Are you? Are you okay? You look like you've been through it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay. We just killed the Snark, by the way, so hopefully those wanted posters will go down. But I'm even better because I have something for you. And he opens his hand and has the hummingbird mushrooms.
No! Where did you find one?
Way out in the forest by a bunch of walking trees.
She runs around the counter and just throws herself into a huge hug around your shoulder. Oh, this is... okay. She runs over to the front door and turns the sign from open to closed. Don't worry, everyone, if you're already in here, whatever you need, I'm going to get it for you, but then we're going to be closed for the rest of the day. You find a little seat out of the way as Ilsa... She's a absolutely charming salesperson. And she deals with the last couple, a father and child, tough to tell with Kenku. And as she, okay, take care, see you next week. She walks them to the door, closes the door, and locks it, and just turns around, puts her back against the door. Okay, I am so excited. I have been hoping to get my hands on one of these for so long, and is this... Did you only get one? I just need to know... That's... amazing if you did. I just need to know how much I can practice with.
So, I know you haven't met any of my party, but we have a turtle by the name of Bodhi who has a very
Bodhi.
special skill. He's very talented like that, of being able to grow mushrooms on his shell. And like other various plants, he takes great care of them. He was able to get another to live on theirs.
You managed...
So I think slowly they're going to be able to grow, but...
You managed to cultivate? Some?
I wouldn't say cultivate, but I think they're up to the, how much they like Bodhi.
She does, like, a little spin in joy while laughing and covering her face. Oh, this is incredible! Okay, well, in that case, I can practice. I can practice the competitions any day. So, and she looks at you. I don't know how to thank you for this. Would you mind staying and trying my recipe? I need, if I'm going to be baking, it's going to be more than I can eat, and I need someone else's opinion.
Oh no, that's such a hardship. And he's like grinning ear to ear.
And she just gets this little bit of color to her mint green skin, and she, okay, well, I'm going to have to get the ovens ready. I didn't have anything going right now. Can I get you, do you drink tea? Wine? I don't know anything about you, so...
If it's served by you, I'll take anything. But tell me about this competition.
She goes back, gets a little teapot that's already made, and she walks over to you, pouring a cup for you. I can't wait for you to try what I have in mind. And she hands it to you. And we fade out from there. Wraught, what was your investigation check?
16.
16? Okay. Let me check one thing.
I think she's probably going to find some old, like, washer ladies kind of thing, because washer ladies know everything that's going on.
Fantastic. So yeah, you literally go to the well in the town square, you know, the water fountain conversation, and you ask around a little bit, and one of the older women with whom you speak, "Oh, the mayor, probably find him one of the cafes over in Blackberry Row. That's where he tends to stay."
You've been so helpful. Thank you so much. I'm going to give her a gold coin because I feel like we're about to get paid.
Takes it and just quite happily deposits it. And you are able to overhear a little conversation between her and a couple of the other people there. "Oh, what did you do to earn that?" "I answered her questions, did you?" So Blackberry Row.
Browsing some cafes.
Blackberry Row, you have to ask around a little bit to figure out exactly where that is. But actually, it's not too terribly far from the area where the enchanted oven is. Let me fix
I see the door closed sign and, like, smirk to myself.
And as you... Let me change one thing with the music really quick. Where are you?
You mean I don't get the cute romance music?
Oh, you're going to get good music. Don't you worry. It's good music.
The mayor's not violently in love with me?
Not yet. So, Blackberry Row, like I said, not too far from the enchanted oven, and just a short walk from the town square. Blackberry Row is a part of Vale Crossing. It is a very... All of Vale Crossing is quite beautiful and charming and nice. However, every town, every community has some levels of wealth and status. And as you step in here, it is clear that there is a little bit more money and power that resides in this area. It's a very, very nice area. There are high-end cafes, artisan shops, dozens of other businesses. And everyone here is quite polite and cheery as you walk in and just give you polite nods, a tip of the top hat.
I'm gonna use minor illusion to make my jewelry look real and to make my clothes look like I haven't been sleeping in the woods and getting set on fire. She gets weirdly self-conscious that she doesn't look expensive.
Because the people around here do, and so do the buildings. The buildings are, some of them shimmer as if they are edged entirely in beautiful metals or gems. Others have permanent prestidigitation enchantments around their signs or torches, or just a like around one, a florist. There is a constant slow rain of flower petals right around the front door, never quite making it to the ground before they disappear. So just little touches like that that elevate this part of Vale Crossing above the wonderful, but slightly more pastoral, town square section.
She ducks her head a little bit, and under her breath so nobody can hear her, she goes, "One day I'm gonna have a pumpkin patch."
Take a luck point for that. So asking around a little bit more, you are eventually pointed to a charming little cafe called the Four Seasons Cafe. There is the sound of light chatter hanging on the wind as you approach, and the cafe itself is wreathed in vibrant flower displays. Patrons sip tea and coffee and hot cider from small patio tables on the cafe's terrace, while the building's large overhang gives a perfectly relaxing swath of shade to sit in away from the high sunlight.
You wouldn't guess these people's children are being kidnapped and forced to work for a hag.
As you approach, you do see, seated outside at one of the patio tables, a familiar, plump, balding, orange-skin Eladrin, who you remember as the mayor, though since it's been a while out of character, his name is Tyric, in case that had somehow slipped your mind.
If he's seated outside, I'm not going to try to get a table or anything. I think I'm going to lean on the rail next to where he's sipping his coffee, so I'm still kind of like on the block.
He's got a cute little espresso cup, just gives it a loud slurp with a...
Sir Mayor!
Cracks one eye towards you.
Oh, yes, your face is familiar. Don't tell me. I have a thing with names. Wraught, right? Correct? It was Wraught.
It's actually Jessica. It was Jessica.
Jessica.
No, it was Rob.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Jessica.
Gave you a start.
Yes, you did. You got me there for a little bit. Well, what can I do for you, Wraught?
I just came to inform you that your goblin issue has been taken care of.
What? How?
Competency, and I'm going to reach behind me and like pat the flamethrower.
Oh. That was surprisingly quick. I hope it didn't give you too much trouble.
Not at all. There wasn't even any bloodshed, if you can believe it. But the whole operation is now shut down.
And you're sure? It won't be reestablished.
Shouldn't be unless they can somehow figure out how to work very, very technical electronics.
Well then, I will send a few scouts out to confirm what you're saying, and when they return on the morrow, should everything be on the up and up, you can find your reward. I will leave it for you at the sheriff's office, assuming all checks out.
I have no reason to understand that it wouldn't. We did quite a number.
Truly, the entire logging camp out of commission.
The cutting machines, all of it, shut down.
Ha! And he leans back in his chair.
You do not know what type of weight that is off the shoulders. That has been wearing on my mind for ages now, it feels like. You have done the town and all of the Fields of Spring a great service today. Thank you.
If I might make a suggestion, we met a rather.
If this is
sad
about
dryad.
the flower display outside,
No,
trust
it's
me,
not
I've
about
already talked to the...
flower display.
Look,
And he gestures at the flowers that are outside of this cafe, which are lovely.
pinks and whites are so overdone. I feel like maybe some blues or some evergreens might spice things
I'm
up.
a fan of red myself.
Right, see, yes, exactly. See, no, so already on the same page. You need not worry yourself about that.
In any event, as I was saying, we met a rather sad dryad whose tree had been destroyed by the logging. I don't know if it's at all feasible to perhaps send some people to plant new sprouts in the area that has been logged.
Well, that is a good suggestion. I will
She needs something to care about.
speak with some of my people. Some have great forestry experience. It's sending folk into the Shroudwood is still dangerous, even with the decommissioning of one logging camp that is far from all of the dangers. However,
You have an empty space on your board that can be filled for a requisition now that the camp's out of commission.
I will see what we can do.
One last question. Mayor, do you know anything about Leafy stones?
Leafy.
Let me make a roll about one thing.
Leafy doesn't ring a bell. Could you remind me? Maybe something will come to me.
It's for getting from here to the next stop, essentially. People have been using unicorn horns to make them.
Next stop. Where do you mean?
Yawn.
Oh, Leaf. That would be Winter Court business, wouldn't it? Winter Court. I can't say I know anything about any Winter Court nonsense myself. However, have you spoken with Sam? Blacksmith? He's a...
Yes, he was actually my next stop.
He is an Eladrin and originally from Yon, so perhaps he would know something of it.
In that case, I'll have another thing to talk to him about.
So,
Sir Mayor, you've been so helpful.
Can I
cappuccino.
offer you a coffee? I think they make...
Do they put them in to-go cups?
No.
I'm a very busy woman.
And I am the mayor. I'm sure that if we wish a to-go cup, that can be arranged. What can I get you? A espresso? A tea? Cider?
17 shots of espresso and a splash of milk.
and a splash of...
Milk.
One
Soy.
splash for 17?
Soy milk. I'm lactose intolerant.
That was 17, though. Yes. Excuse me.
As he calls over some poor server who is going to have a very interesting order to fill. We see this little scene with Wraught and the mayor. We fade and we see Bodhi and Melon and Otto vibrantly recounting the slaying of the Snark. And we see Kieren sitting with a big grin on his face as Ilsa passes over a slice of a freshly baked mushroom pastry. And we see Gromp walking by himself towards the Shroudwood. And that's where we will pick up next time, friends. Great, great, great session. Oh, that was a blast. Thank you all.
Had everything.
It had a lot, didn't it? I mean, it had combat. It had, like, a sad thing. It had flirting. It had getting lots of gold. And it also had...
And petting dogs.
And also, level up, everybody. We will touch base with the players to see what they do on their level up. But until next time, friends, thank you all, the 6 of you, even though one is gone, but the 6 of you, thank you sincerely for taking time to tell this story and play this game. When I say it's my favorite thing in the world, I mean it, and doing it with you is my absolute favorite. So thank you so much. And thank you everyone who was here watching live, listening later. Smallville, I want a D&D stream every day. You're speaking my language. One day.
We want that too.
One day. It's just Lauren can't be in all of them. I can do this every day.
I also work tomorrow, so that's nice.
You can be in all of them.
Lauren needs an occasional break. But until we see you next time, friends, which I do believe the next game we'll be streaming is actually on Tuesday, the 10th, for City of the Crimson Tower, Chapter 10. Chapter 10 on the 10th. So we will be back here for that Tuesday. And until we see you then, take care of yourselves. Do something good for yourself. You deserve it. And stay wild. See you later, friends. Oh, wait. Don't go anywhere if you're still here so that we can raid someone. I want to raid someone and be cool. All right, cool. Love you. Bye. And thank you for the flower power right at the end, Smallville. Bye. Stay wild.